Hello everybody, welcome to the Best Family Homestead. I'm Aaron, and today we're going to finish our well house. I don't know, we might not have enough time to get the roof and everything done, but I'm going to finish this foundation, dang it. So just got to recheck some level on the lines because the boss was doing his own checking, and so I'm pretty sure, as typical, the boss messed it up. So we're going to check that and get after it. It's hot. The boy got home last night, picked him up from the airport, and he's getting some last minute college stuff, pre-admission stuff, or pre-starting school stuff finished up. So even though it's hot, I'm gonna go ahead and try and knock this out so that I can help him get his car and get everything ready to leave for school here in a week or so. All right, well, I guess I've talked enough. Talking's not going to get it done, so better get started. Well, I'm kind of amazed. It's almost level, and it's pretty square. I might have dipped a little bit there, it's hard to tell. But you can see that's that little lip right there. That's from where I got my spacing off with the width of my mortar. Definitely did not do a good job on that. Brought more bricks over than I needed, and since this is so low, I've still got some mortar mix. I'll go get a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and put a cap on it, especially since I've got one course just sitting on the dirt. That'll be two courses at least all the way around, and it shouldn't be hard now. Now that it's all level and straight, all I gotta do is go off the bricks on the bottom and make sure everything stays straight. So see if I can get at least this mortar done before we go there. Since it's only one course, I don't have to mess up going up as I go out. Maybe. So not even close to perfect. Got a little off in that corner and a little off in this corner, and both of those are from kind of being lazy and not taking the time to bust the bricks down. I got a little bit better as I went along. If I'd taken the time to actually space, and hats off to a brick mason, because getting that space, you know, they make it look so easy. Just wipe a little mortar on, bam, and it's like perfectly, you know, half inch, just perfect. So, you know, I think a little practice, I'll get it down. I'm not going to. I don't think I like that very much. That's hard work. But anyway, foundation complete. Not very pretty, but I will say it is going to be pretty sturdy now, because even at the lowest, it's got two courses of bricks, and there's a lot of mortar in that thing, and at the base where it's sitting on the dirt. So, and luckily I think I have an idea how to hide a little bit of it, at least where it's not so noticeable. Thankfully I'm better with wood than concrete, so I can fix my concrete and block laying issues. So I'm gonna grab a drink of water, and we're gonna come out here and get started on the fun part, in my opinion. Tell you what, having such a hard ass boss never approves of the equipment you use, and then he flips off and destroys it instead of just telling you. Really makes life a pain. Look at him, look at him. He's like, Dad, I'm not sure about this. I don't know if you got that right. Actually, he's wet, and so now he's gonna dig a hole and become a mud monster. It is a good color for him. Glad he's not white. And first thing we've got to do is go over to our big stack of wood and get to some 2x4s for our framework, and then we will be getting starting to get the sides on. All right, in typical fashion, I have to move some stuff to get to the wood I need to get to, but slowly I'm getting it where everything has a place and I don't have to move everything. So we're getting there, So we're going to do a little shuffling here, and as usual, do a little cleanup and see if we can start to finally get this place how it needs to be. Alright, so now just cover this back up with a tarp and get a little weight there on top, I guess. And the other thing I really got to start remembering to do is, one, I need to get something white for a seat cover, or I got to remember to flip this down. I'm telling you what, that seat, you forget and you leave it up for 10 or 15 minutes while you're doing something, and you sit down and the sun is like that, whew, you about something to light your hind end on fire. That's it. And some of y'all might be asking why I didn't just use this wood. Well, this is all my 12-foot stuff, and just like going to the store, 12-foot stuff's a little bit harder to get and more expensive. I don't have that much, so this is where my 8 and 10-foot stuff is. So I need to get to move my welding table, which a lot of this is weight to keep the tarp from coming off. And then I got one stack. You can see I actually kind of did it where I can pick it up with a tractor. So I just gotta take the tarp off and stuff, move one stack here, then I can get to these 2x4s, which is what I need for the well house. So I'm sitting here in the shade for a minute trying to figure out exactly my plan of attack as far as making this. I want to keep it simple and still want it to be aesthetically pleasing. Strong but not overkill. So we're going to measure. I'm going to sit here and think about it for a minute, and then I'm going to do some measuring and some mock-up. It's not going to be too, not going to make it the full height of that pallet. I only need it, you know, one side just a little bit higher, maybe a foot higher than the top of the pump. And I'm just going to put maybe a 6-inch fall on it just to shed water. I don't have to worry about shedding snow or anything like that. Not down here. So I'm going to play around for a minute and see what I come up with. right, everybody. I'm sure you'll notice in the time lapse I've been multitasking a little bit again, but we're getting closer. So did take me a minute kind of thinking about how to do it. So here's what I ended up doing. So instead of having to like cut the pallets long ways, I didn't really worry about, okay, you know, the front's going to be this high, the back's going to be this high. I just measured where the boards ended because they're already nailed really solid in here. So I just went with the height that one of the boards ended. So shorter in the back, taller in the front. And so I'm about to screw together the back wall, and then I'm gonna finish cutting. I have one or two more boards to cut for the front wall. Once I get those in there, I'll put a temporary brace, and then I will go ahead and start on my third wall, but I'll take my measurements and I'll cut whatever angle and length I need to make it fit, instead of trying to do all the math and worry about, especially because my foundation isn't perfectly square. I'm going to do like you do with any old house, or you know, some project like this. I'm building to my project. Kind of negates the chance of error a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this screwed together, and then we will we'll see how it's going to look. It's going to give us an idea of how it's going to look. All right, so got it together, and I'm gonna put just a few screws in it, because inevitably I'm gonna change my mind or design or something. So right now I've just got it together enough to get it set in place and see what I think. All right, so there's the first wall, and now that I'm starting to see it come together, I think it's going to look really good. So the second wall will be just somewhere around this high. I'll have to check my check my measurements there, and then the side pieces will just set in, and everything's just going to be held together. Well, 3 sides are going to be held together, screwed together, and then the 4th side right here, where the most likely place I'll have to work, sometimes those pressure switches go bad, it will be screwed on, but it'll be screwed on with corner brackets. Easy to take apart and tear down. All right, well, on that note, I think for the evening I might be about done with this, and we'll come back out here and get started on it again in the morning or later on this evening. Haven't decided yet. So I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you want to see the finished conclusion of our well house for the new well, made out of all repurposed materials. Thanks again, guys.